cul-de-sac parking issue.
Yeah, I don't know where we want to start with this, but I talked to Joe Behrens today about the cul-de-sac, about the First Traders Edition, and that is governed by covenants. And at the last meeting, I let you guys know that covenants are a set of laws that the people who own ground in that area enforce. And we don't own any ground up there. So for us to come in and enforce any covenant is difficult to do.
Aren't the streets ours though?
Now, yeah. Now, after talking to Joe Behrens, you know, my idea is that we handle this. I mean, just as, you know, if there's an issue with parking up there, we handle it as who's at fault, they get a ticket or they get towed. If they're both at fault, they're both going to get towed. You know, whoever it is, whoever's involved. Now, you guys let me know your feelings on that, but I mean, I wasn't here, so I don't know the whole story about it. You know, I guess, and obviously we should let JR
talk a little bit,
have his time. He wrote us a nice letter, and
it's all a letter, but he doesn't. I don't know why I should be held to a different set of rules than what somebody else is. That vehicle sat there, a vehicle of his sat there. Every stone we had was never towed. I don't know if any tickets were ever issued. It created a problem for us when the first one he parked in front of our place and had all the snow sitting around there for quite a while. I don't know what you can do. The lawn gets mowed 4 times last year. It's only mowed twice the year before that. Weeds and what all, so.
there is an ordinance on lawns.
But it seems like it's just more of a harassment against me because he's deliberately done things that keeps me from getting to my vehicle. I've asked the cops about it. They said, yeah, there probably should be something against that, but nothing's ever done. My trailer was blocked for 10 days before I finally hooked the chain onto it and pulled it out of there so I could use it.
And JR, there is an ordinance that says you can't park a trailer on the streets. So, I mean, that upsets Dwayne. And, you know, I'm not saying what he did was right. I don't think it's right. But we need to keep the trailers off the street too, so.
No trailers on any street?
That's what the ordinance says.
Well, then you better enforce a lot more of them, being I can't set mine there.
Yeah.
Or you can move. They can be moved so they can be there for 1 day or no day or what? How's
well, I don't know exactly what it says. I can't remember, but I know it came up a while back when we were talking about.
Was it like an hour or 30 minutes or something?
Yeah, something like
that. There was a time period in that.
Well, we get semis sit on the street once in a while for just a short time, but I don't know how that reads either.
That's the one that came up.
That's in the ordinance.
Yeah.
That's in the ordinance.
No.
Right.
And, you know, some people do construction out of the trailer too.
Yeah.
Siding and...
Yeah, sometimes you just, when you're fixing something like that, you run into problems.
So, JR, tell me what happened the last time, because I don't know the whole story.
I went and got my trailer because we're doing some remodeling.
Okay.
We wanted to get Lori's car was out of the garage sitting in front of our house. A bunch of kitchen countertops were laying in the garage, so I got my trailer and parked it on the north side because I can't back into the driveway because the hitch hits harder. So I was carried all this stuff over there, and I still had a kitchen sink to throw on it. And Dwayne come home and parked right against my trailer, so I could not pull forward or backwards, and that just tripped me. So I called the cops, and they took over from there. I said, he's been harassing me, and he's parked so I can't even move. So that's all I said. They came and took care of the rest.
So you were parked on the street and he parked right next to you?
Yes. Double park, you might say, I guess, I don't know, right next to
He's
me.
parked out in the center. It was actually in the cul-de-sac. Well,
Well, Dwayne and I have had multiple conversations about parking. And I don't know why, I don't know what's so hard about just parking in your driveway. And obviously him and JR don't get along. Very obvious to everybody involved.
We don't have to come over for supper anymore. Oh, that's the one. RSVP just didn't get it.
Yeah, he's been to my place already a few times. Of course, he'll mow the lawn if you trim them evergreen trees. I've heard that 10 times.
No, that's just,
So that's all.
that's an excuse.
But that's what he's using, see, that's his excuse, so he's...
Maybe we should pull a straighter and have him drag him out in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Work for them.
well, there's two sides. How many vehicles are you actually parking up there on the street?
Right now, I have my pickup. My car's gone right now.
And yeah, Ray, you're correct. Sometimes there are a lot of people that park there. I mean, special occasions probably.
I see, some confusion and stuff like that.
And we got
This is,
people going in and out of there with the home health care with Lori and it's just easier to park my pickup on the next to the curb.
we got a block down there close to me that there's probably 8 cars parked on that street every day or every night. Because they park on the street all the time.
But they get along.
Yeah, they get along, but I mean, they
People
just,
don't have any place else to park.
they just,
They don't have much of an issue.
no. Well, they got an alley, they got the garages, and they got,
Yeah.
so.
And I have a right to a peaceful living area too.
I can remember when we had somebody here complaining about it by the school, about parking, there was parking in front of his house all the time, so wound up getting the curb painted yellow, and then he was the one that got the ticket because he was the one that parked there then.
Oh, shit.
Council want to do anything on this issue?
Figure something out.
What is your suggestion though, JR? I mean, there's just no,
It's not hard. If he does something, if somebody's parked there illegally, take care of it. Now why should I have my trailer blocked for 10 days? And I've asked the possible.
Now you're asking us though, enforce the ordinances, then we're gonna ticket your trailer too.
Well, I didn't know that was illegal.
Okay. No, I mean, that's gonna happen too, if that's what you want us to do.
Whatever happens.
I mean, it's,
Is that, when it's hooked up to my pickup, I can't even take it home with me on night, or how's that listed?
don't know how it reads.
yeah, I don't know exactly how it reads either, but I'll look into it and I'll let you know because, I mean, there's no give and take there at all.
No, there's not going
I
to
mean,
be.
no.
You're
And there never
gonna
will
have to
be.
abide by whatever ordinances are there,
Yeah.
where everybody's gonna get ticketed. It's gone that far to where we just
Well, I
have
wish
to...
we could have been that way, because I would have a lot less problems than I have had.
Well, I think you'd have received a ticket at some point.
I don't care. If I
Well, I
did
think you
something
would
wrong,
have
it's
cared
fine.
though. You know, I mean, I think you would have cared. You would have come in and said, I didn't know anything about this, what the hell's going on?
Well, I
You know?
didn't. And
I know,
if-
but I mean, those are the kind of things that,
But hasn't somebody been warned about parking there in the winter for snow removal? I mean, it's going.
Sure he has.
Yeah.
So nothing's been done with that when they know that.
As far
You told Lori that he was gonna get towed last, if he parked there again.
as far as I know,
And it didn't.
JR, as far as I know, after Lori came in, it snowed one time,
A good time.
and I didn't know that he was parked there. So,
Don't you see what's going on with the problems that are happening?
do I drive around everywhere in town? No, I don't, JR. I
said where the
apologize.
problems are.
I apologize for that, but I didn't know he was parked there. Had I known he was parked there, he certainly
Could you
would have
ask
gotten a
somebody
ticket.
maybe that makes that rounds if he was parked there? Like some of the other snow removal?
Well, if we towed all the cars that were on the street during snow removal,
Yeah.
that people in this town would have cars.
Well, we were told,
JR, now you're asking us, to do something, to ask special favors. I mean,
I'm not asking for special favors.
yeah,
You told Lori that he was gonna get towed.
and he would have gotten towed had I known he was there. I mean, do you think it's the only thing that I have to do to go look and see if Dwayne's parked in the
Hey, Rich,
street?
is that car parked in the street that's not supposed to be?
Yeah.
Up there in the cul-de-sac? I know that takes a little time out of your busy day, but... If you don't want to do anything, then fine, then just go on like everything else.
No, we want everybody to get along, and it's not going to happen.
Not if you keep wishy-washing like everybody, with everybody.
Wishy-washing.
Yeah, just...
So the one time that it snowed, and I didn't know he was parked up there, that's wishy-washing?
Well, how many times hasn't he parked up there when it got snow?
I don't have any idea. I don't push snow.
Well, you could ask.
I could.
Are there any tickets issued during snow removal?
No.
So then why does anybody worry about it?
I don't know.
Because we try not to get ass and argue with everybody.
Right.
It's happening here.
Well, it makes it hard for you guys to push snow.
That's our prerogative, but I understand what you're
Then
saying.
if you don't ticket anybody else, then you aren't going to ticket anybody.
We
You
haven't,
can't.
we haven't for 2 years. We tried a few times, if we towed some cars, we tried to ticket them, and it just didn't. Someone did work out the
He
ticket.
parked in front of our place and made a hell of a lorry couldn't out to get into the driveway
Right, and then Lori came down and talked to me. Where did he park the next time?
on the other side of the circle.
He was told the other day, next time that car's there, he's never gonna find it, because I'm gonna tell her something there somewhere. Just so I ain't gotta listen to it no more.
It just sounds like nobody can tell him the way things really are.
Well, JR, can anybody tell you the way things are?
Go for it.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm talking about. You try to tell you something and it just doesn't work.
What?
You two are the same exact person.
What are you trying to tell me?
I'm trying to tell you that you're the same exact person. You do things to get to Dwayne, Dwayne does things back to you.
What did I do to him? That he didn't do to, I mean, he blocked in my trailer.
There you go, right there. There you said it right there. That's all I need to say. What has he done to me that I haven't done to him? What have I done to him that he hasn't done to me? We're just trying to get back at each other, and I can't win. I've tried. I've tried many times, and I can't win. It's not going to happen.
But I think, if we were to sit you two down, you would agree not to agree.
They wouldn't even come close to sitting down
I don't know
together.
how we can
There's no way.
address this other than we just become pricks and start pulling people away.
Well,
We don't want to do that here, really.
I know, but for someone to block me in like that, it's just asinine.
It is, I agree, and he got towed for it, didn't he?
This time.
Okay, so then
So
the
maybe
next
things
time,
are gonna be all right now. I don't know.
okay, we'll see.
But
I mean,
just,
we asked him to correct the things in his house. It took us 2 years to get that done, you know? It's not that we're not doing anything.
I know, and that's
The wheels
great. I
turn
appreciate it.
slowly.
Everything takes time. I realize that.
And sometimes we just plain don't want to deal with it because we think there's a couple of spoiled people knocking heads, you know? And I'm sorry to say that about you, but I've never had this trouble with my neighbors. I've never lived next to Dwayne Zigman. I rented a house from him for 6 months. I never had the trouble with him. I realize he's an odd individual. But, you know, I don't think there's been any give and take on either side of this to try to get the problem solved. And it's not ever going to get solved. It doesn't matter what happens. He's going to cut the side of your trees out too. Just wait and see. you know,
That's-
because they're hanging over on his property.
That's a tight area in there, that
Yeah,
cul-de-sac.
yeah,
There's not-
it's-
there's
trees
not
got
much
so
room
big
for
there.
How
parking.
far is this gonna go?
It's twice.
You know, I don't know.
Maybe it would start if we got rid of the
Well,
trailer and say, here, you're not gonna park the trailer there, then maybe he would, that wouldn't change anything.
It would for a little while, but then he won't be happy and he'll find something else that he wants to pick
Yeah,
up.
so we're up against it, see.
He wants to aggravate in the middle of it.
That's why I came tonight, to see if there was any type of... I've talked to Bush, I asked him a couple times about the tree deal, and he approached me twice.
I did drive by there, and them evergreens are getting pretty close to his house. I'm surprised how big they are. Now, I don't know how much property he has there, but they are getting over there a long ways, probably on his property.
Probably not.
I mean, if you drive around there, you look at it, man, I don't know if there's 10 feet from them evergreens to the house.
There's quite a bit of that.
Huh?
There's quite a bit on his property, because he came to me twice.
So we got another letter of the law that's gonna come up here, you know, it's just, so be it, you know, that's the way it's gonna be.
Yeah,
We're just
trees-
gonna
trees are
keep
just-
going on hating each
Actually, I
other.
looked at it, I just,
I just don't want to get to it as anybody else, that's why I came tonight, to see if there's an ordinance saying, yeah, Dwayne has a right to cut those, but then I don't want JR pissed off if I go in there and cut them out. It's not, you're getting hired by... Well, that's what I'm saying, I don't want to get you pissed or have him say, well, you dirty bastard, you won't do my trees because you get along JR and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Did the original owners, when those trees were put in, have any type of... I mean, I was told that both owners agreed that they were a nice addition to the area.
Yeah, unless it's in writing though, that doesn't make any difference.
probably,
But once they sell,
probably
yeah,
not
once
writing,
they sell, it
see.
don't make any difference.
Writing doesn't necessarily mean shit either.
No, not, but, yeah,
So if I go...
But them trees have grown.
I mean,
Way beyond
they're on
where they
his
should be.
property, and then that's,
You just do what... That's where I'm at, that's why I'm asking you, that's all I'm
you cut the branches off on this
I'm
side.
just trying to find out what we get.
I think legally.
But he's gonna look at him like that for a long time.
But one thing's for sure, we're not gonna have this feud between you two spill out into the whole town, where we're gonna become just absolute terrors of the street in our town, where everybody's gotta conform to the law exactly all the time. That is not gonna happen,
No.
okay? So when you said to us, well, if you're gonna tow my trailer, you better look around town,
Well,
we're not gonna look any farther than your cul-de-sac, okay? That is not gonna happen.
I've told Dwayne this 1,000
That's right.
times too. But listen, JR, I've told Dwayne this 1,000 times too. Sometimes you bring things onto yourself. I mean, if somebody parks a trailer across from my street, I've got a neighbor that parks a trailer on my street all the time. Doesn't bother me a bit.
Right.
You know?
There's one up there all the time.
Right. I really don't care. Doesn't hurt a damn thing.
You park
He
in
moves
front
it
of
quite a bit.
your- Yeah, park in front of your driveway, you might get...
Well, yeah, sure. Then I would
There would
say
be a
something.
little
But
bit of-
I'd go to my neighbor and I'd say, hey, please don't park there. He wouldn't have a problem. That won't happen here.
No.
well, he's, doesn't have a trailer, so that'll be all right.
Well, I'm not saying it'd help, but if one would give and maybe not park the trailer, maybe something else would, maybe, I don't think you can straighten him up anyway,
Once
but
in a great while, like a week ago or whenever it was, 2 weeks, I had a place to, I needed to pull in, and I just parked on that side, and that's when he blocked me in. I had stuff to get out of the house. I wasn't in front of his driveway. I was on this, against the curb,
on your side.
the city, so.
Well, we're gonna move on, because I don't think there's ever gonna be a resolution to this matter, so.